Welcome to Twisted Llama's Crochet Tutorials. In this video, I'll be showing you the thermal stitch. The thermal stitch is double thick and it's really great for withstanding heat on things like pot holders or trivets, and it's also good for making things really sturdy like bag straps or the bottoms of bags or purses that you may be making. So today, to show you the stitch, I'm going to be using a Sugar and Cream 100% weight 4 cotton. Cotton is really great for this project because it's good for withstanding heat, and it also doesn't have a lot of stretch, so if you're using it for a bag strap or something like that, it's a really good choice. I'm also going to be using an H or 5mm crochet hook. So to get started, we're just going to start with a slip knot on our hook. And I'm going to chain 11 for this tutorial. You can chain as many as you need for your project. Remember to add one extra that you will not be stitching into at the end. So for 10 stitches across, I have 11 chains. Now we're going to work in the back loops only for this stitch. So if you look here, we've got the front loops of the chain closest to you, and the back loops are the furthest away. So we're going to skip the first stitch and single crochet into the back loop only of the second chain. We're just going to single crochet in the back loop only all the way across for 10 stitches. Number 10. So I'm going to tighten up my slip stitch, and we're going to chain 1 and turn. So now we'll be working this way across. Now if you look at the top there, let me show you real quick. We've got front loops closest to you, and the back loops are the furthest away. We're also going to be working into the leftover stitches from the previous row. So you can see these line up, so you can tell which stitch you're going to be working with. So when you go into here, you're just going to go straight down and be working into that stitch also. So let me show you what that looks like. We have our chain 1. So we're going to work into the back loop only of the next stitch, and then go straight down to this stitch down here. This is the leftover stitch, the front loops that we did not stitch into on the chain. So now you can see I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the 2 that we're working through. Now I have 2 loops, and I'm going to finish my single crochet by yarning over and drawing through the last 2 loops. So now we're going to go into the next stitch, back loop only, and then the leftover front loop directly below it from the previous row. Now I have 3 stitches on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the working stitches, leaving me 2 to yarn over and finish my single crochet. Go through the back loop only of the next stitch and the single crochet, the front loop left over from the previous row, yarn over, pull through those 2, yarn over, complete your single crochet. And we're just going to continue this all the way down. This first row is a little hard because that chain is hard to work into. It will get easier as you go on, especially since you'll have more to hold on to. You might not notice the double thickness on this first row, but as you go on, you'll definitely see it. As you're stitching, if you notice you have large gaps between your stitches, you might want to go down a hook size. Those gaps will give a lot of stretch, and if you're trying to make something like pot holders, it's not going to be very heat resistant. So you want to make sure you have as little space between your stitches as possible. Nice and tight. Now you also want to make sure you are working 10 stitches across or whatever number you're using for your pattern, and don't forget this last stitch. It's very hard to see, and if you forget it and turn and start going back the other way, the edge of your piece is going to start going this way and it's not going to be nice and straight. So make sure you're always counting 10 stitches across. You might have to use your hook to get into the top of this last one because it tends to be a little tighter. Just give it a little wiggle and you'll get it through. And we have 10 across. So to go back the other way, we chain 1 and turn. Alright, so same thing on this row and for all of the other rows. You're just going to repeat this. Go through the back loop of your first stitch and then down directly into the stitch below. This is the front loop that you did not work into from the last round. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first 2. Now you have 2 loops. You're going to yarn over and complete your single crochet. Go into the next stitch. You're going to use the back loop only and directly down into that skipped front loop from the previous row. Yarn over and pull through those 2. Yarn over and complete your stitch. Let's just do a few more and we'll take a look at it. This is the thermal stitch. It's going to be nice and thick. And you're going to love having this stitch in your book. So as you can see, we have our new stitches and the skip stitches will be working into the next round, and you're just going to continue working through the back loop and the skip stitch from the previous round. And as you're working, it's going to become double thick. So this is the thermal stitch. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.